This is a quality that you will need. Your body says, enough, I've had it. But you're adamant. This is Hatha Yoga. Your mind says, I give up, I can't do this anymore. But you are adamant, you simply do it. So Hatha Yoga is about creating a body which will not be a hurdle in one's life. It will become a stepping stone, but not a hurdle, not a roadblock in one's progress of blossoming into his ultimate possibility. So simple tips. I am not known for giving tips. Bad reputation I have, but simple tips. In the yogic culture, a shower, there was no shower. Bath always meant dip in the river. They always went to the river, dipped, come out and do it. If you do this, your muscles will be good. So, an alternate way of doing it is, usually in our homes, the pail that we use to pour water is this big. At least it has 4 liters of water. If you do this, the whole body, that's it, always… I'm not going to insist on this for the ladies, your hairstyles and everything, but always a bath means the first pail of water is on your head, always. Putting cold water on your body will shift the heat into your brain very rapidly, it should not happen. So this is why those who don't want to wet their hair, at least should take a little bit of cold water and put it, there's a point here, in line with your ears, here. At that point, you put little cold water, immediately you will see a certain cooling happens in the head region. After that, you can have bath with just the body. But otherwise, you always… the first pail of water is over your head, not on your body. So what you do is, you fill the bucket and that's the best way to do it in the morning. The body should be immersed in water, that you're trying to create a simulated dip in the river, okay? At the same time, the whole body should be… at least the skin should be covered in water at the same time, not like this, like this, If you pour water, the whole body… the body should think you're taking it for a dip. So, if you pour like this, there is a certain coolness in the system and muscles become very flexible. Shower can do it too, if the shower is forceful enough or at least if the volume of water is good enough, shower can easily do that. It's always best that we use water which is little cooler than the room temperature. Just a certain volume of water to flow over you or to be immersed in a water which is cooler than room temperature. Because if this happens, one thing that happens on the surface is the cells, the epithelial cells will contract. When they contract, they open up all the pores. The pores between the cells will open up. The cells themselves have pores. We don't want that to open. That will open if you put it in warm water. If you dip your body in a hot water tub, the cells will open up and take in water. That is not always a good thing to do. You put the body in cold water, the cells will contract, the in-between spaces will open, and that's important for practicing yoga. Because We want the cellular structure of the body to be charged with a different dimension of energy. If the cells contracts and allow space and then you practice your yoga, then the cellular structure in the body is charged. Why one person seems to be far more alive than the other is essentially because of this. And once your cellular structure is charged with energy, it will remain youthful for a very, very long time. When people are thinking, why the old bugger is still not dead, you still feeling like you're 25. Hatha yoga is a way to frustrate the world also. So, water which is cooler than the room temperature, in India, it is in South India at least, it's not so much of a problem, the water is always in that temperature, ideal place. But if you're in a colder country, if you're in a temperate climate, the water may be too cold, that is not good. The water must be, let's say, within 5 to 8 degrees centigrade lower than the room temperature, not more than that. So if you have a tendency to catch cold initially, first couple of weeks, you put a spoon of eucalyptus oil in the water, cold water, and pour it over you. You will see your cold will go away, not because of the eucalyptus oil, just because of the cold water. If you have an infection and something else where excess mucus is being generated, that needs to be treated differently. But as I said, the water should be just somewhere 5 to 8 degrees below room temperature, not an excessively cold water, no.
If there's any kind of interaction, any kind of mingling and mixing of whatever kind, if you're in a crowd for too long, when you go home, first thing is shower. You must do this. If it takes 3, 4, 5 showers in a day, it doesn't matter. For a sadhaka, it's good to shower many times a day. You shouldn't overdo it. But there were times when I used to shower minimum 5 to 7 times a day. Now it's come down to maybe 2 definitely, sometimes 3. 2 is a must for you. More is good. Any kind of physical contact happens with somebody, a period of more than, let's say, 6 minutes, if you're even holding somebody's hand. Before you do yoga, it's best that you have a shower. This is not a cleansing thing. We are not trying to clean the body, that's not the point. It's not because somebody is impure, you're trying to clean your body. Yoga is a way of organizing your energies into an individual. So if any kind of transaction happen too much, if I come and sit in a program, I'm not even physically touching anybody, if I sit in a program for 2-3 hours, first thing is shower. Because just the interaction creates a certain amount of… the integrity of your energy becomes little loose. So at any time, first thing when you go home, shower. Shower need not mean soap, shampoo, this, that. A bucket full of water, boom. Just water flowing over, it purifies. How does water purify without washing and scrubbing? Not like that. You know, in nuclear reactors, they're using certain metals, particularly metals like titanium and even platinum and few other things. If they want to purify these metals, They want metals in the purest form. In the normal laboratory process, they can only purify to a certain point, beyond that they're not able to purify. So what they do is, you make a rod of this metal and make another ring. Just move it up and down without touching. Just do this. You will see the metals will get purified. So 72% of your body is water. You just throw water over this, there is a certain purification. Not about washing the dirt on your skin, that is anyway there, that's a different thing. But a certain purification on a deeper level happens, just allowing water to flow over you. Have you seen, suppose you are very tense on a particular day, when you go and stand under the shower, you don't want to come out, you want to just stay there for some time. Those 3 minutes or 5 minutes in the shower hasn't solved any problem in your life, but when you come out, it looks like it's gone. You're like born fresh. Have you noticed this? You feel it's all gone because all that's happening is, this is largely 2/3 of it is water. If just water flows on this, certain things will change.
If you are willing, I will be available to you in more ways than you can logically understand. Because a guru is not a person. You may meet him, you may greet him, you may even mingle with him, but the personality or the persona of the guru is not the important aspect. The persona, for me, is structured in such a way that largely, if you're reasonably unprejudiced, a persona which is acceptable to most people in the world, that is a carefully crafted persona. That is not important, that is only a knock on the door. But if you open the door, if your doors are open, then I am available to you in more ways than you can logically understand. Because this is a presence, this is an energetic possibility. As I have repeatedly said, I have initiated more people who I have not met than those that I have met. When they are open, it is possible. This whole tradition talking about a guru will be available to you when you are willing, when your doors are open, you have heard this in many different ways. A guru will come when you're ready. It does not mean he has to come as a person. It simply means when you are open, when you're ready, this energy, this presence which is always seeking to penetrate and make a life blossom, like sunlight, is always seeking how to touch every leaf, every flower, every life and make it blossom. Just like that, it is seeking because this is not of an individual, this is not of a person, this is the nature of grace. You just have to work towards your openness. You can be at home, you can be wherever, but the important thing is to work towards the steps of how to keep yourself open for a period of time. If you achieve this, we can initiate you wherever you are. Once you create this openness, I am not just with you, I shall be in you. This is not an empty promise, nor is this a bombastic statement. I want you to understand that dimension that you refer to as guru is not about me as a person, it is a possibility. It is a great privilege and the benevolence of creation that
in some way you become the instrument of that possibility. Being an instrument of that possibility means that in some way you have kept your persona away, that you don't stand in the way. This is all you have to do for yourself to be like a guru. That you have kept your personality away. You know how to get out of your own way. If this one thing happens, you also become that possibility. It is my wish and my blessing that you must know this. Allow me to go through you in such a way that who you are will become an infinite possibility. This is what receiving a guru means. May this become a living reality in this life.
Guru is not here to interpret scriptures, but to take you to another dimension of life. People think a guru is their philosopher or a guide, or these days a friend. Well, he is willing to be all that, but that's not the purpose for which you go to a guru. If darkness has to become light, something has to burn. That's the only way in the physical world. Light happens, something has to burn. So Guru is not someone who gives you theories and philosophies, not someone who has scriptural knowledge and going to interpret scriptures for you, not a friend or a guide who holds a torch for you. He is the torch. He is burning. If you wish to know what it is, you should burn too.
You do not go to a guru for solace. He is not a tranquilizer. He is there to awaken you. It's wonderful out here at Isha Yoga Center. The monsoon or the first few showers of monsoon has started. Very cool breeze, everything fresh and green. It looks like all life has come awake. It's my wish and my blessing. You should come awake in the fullest possible way. That's the purpose. That is the destination. That life becomes so awake that it's beyond life and death.
What a guru means is one who is willing to become your doorway, not a destination. A guru is not your destination, he is your doorway. Please walk through this. May you find ultimate well-being for yourself, and may you offer this to every other life upon this planet. May your unique inner nature fully blossom to bring fragrance and beauty to the world. Guru's grace is not designed to fulfill your plans, but life's plan for you. When I say life's plan for you, your plans are all cooked in your head, not connected to the life that you are. So, the business of a guru is to fulfill you as a life, not to fulfill your desires, not to fulfill your kinks, not to fulfill your fancies. Your guru's desire is to fulfill the life that you are. Inner dimensions are uncharted terrain. It is sensible to take directions. A guru is just a live roadmap. If you traverse uncharted terrain,
And if you don't have a roadmap, to find something that's right next to you, you may take a lifetime. Unfortunately, this is the reality with most spiritual seekers, that to find something that's within themselves, they take a lifetime. It shouldn't take that much time if only they're willing to take directions. Well, I see when I trek in the mountains in Himalayas, particularly in Nepal and Tibet, which I'm doing every year, the Sherpa, an illiterate Sherpa out there, whatever he says, I do because he knows that terrain best. Someone who has already traversed the terrain, it's best to take instructions, it's best to listen, because otherwise simple things will become unnecessarily complicated. Now you know the peaks of your inner nature.